Hey, what is good? I'm gonna talk about the Sonic movie. I seen it in theaters on Saturday. I talked about it on the Prelims podcast, but I wanted to put out a separate video with my thoughts about it because I made two previous reaction videos to the trailer. First one, which was a complete dumpster fire, and the second one where I was like, yeah, you fixed the model, but the story still seems like I don't know if I'm gonna like this movie. So now, after seeing the movie, I'm still not sure if I like it or not. It's like, it's good in the manner that the movie didn't suck. It was watchable. I wasn't like, oh my god, I regret spending the $11 to get in here. No, I enjoyed it, and there were even a section where I was like, yo, wait, these dude's about to make me cry. Hold up. Hold up. But I'm not even sure if I want to make this spoiler free or not, because I feel like to explain my problems with it, I have to be a little spoilery with it. But I guess for people who are on the fence about seeing the movie or not, as a Sonic fan, I think you should go see it. If you're not a Sonic fan and you're looking for an entry point to the series, this is also not a bad movie for you to watch. I feel like they again tried to reboot Sonic, but I kind of like this reboot. Now, in order for me to explain why I like the reboot, you're gonna have spoilers. Spoiler warning now. At the beginning of the movie, they show Sonic is in the care of what feels like, I think it's an owl, a mother owl, and she tells him that your superpower of Sonic speed, or being able to run really fast, is going to be sought or sought after by bad guys. Now, when you say that out loud, it's like, huh? That doesn't make sense with the games. And I'm with you, it doesn't. But I guess for the purposes of this movie, to give Sonic a plot that makes sense, like why is he running away from things? So to explain that, they give Sonic this mother figure like, yo, you gotta stay in hiding because people are gonna seek this power. And they show these freaking tribesmen looking people who are like, Nani, you have super speed? Let's kidnap him. They do something cool with the rings though. As anyone who's played the Sonic games know, at the end of stages, there is a ring. In the 2D games, that ring, well, it wasn't in 2 and 3, it was in the first game. But that ring would take you to a special stage. Basically another dimension-like area where you would get a Chaos Emerald. In the adventure games, they basically ended the level. But in a way, you could say that that ring takes you to another stage. So they use that in this movie as a way to jump between different dimensions, planets. I'm gonna go with planets because they consider Sonic an alien, which Mobius is a different planet from Earth, so that's not exactly a stretch. So they use the rings in this particular movie universe of Sonic to move from different planets, and I like that idea. My only problem is you establish that people are going after Sonic for his super speed powers, these tribesmen. I wanted to see Sonic bust these dudes up. I don't know if they're going to save that for the sequel, and we're going to get to the sequel baiting they were doing. I don't know if they're saving it for that. If they are, I am with this idea, because I want him to get revenge for his owl mom getting, I guess, killed, because we don't ever see her again. Now, the human aspect of Sonic was always weird to me, because in the games, before at least Adventure anyway, the only human was Robotnik. I kind of didn't need other humans to be involved with the process. D brought up a excellent point during the podcast that the only really good Sonic movie was the one with Metal Sonic. And I want to see that for like maybe a third or fourth movie. When everything is established, we know what Sonic is, what he does, what he's capable of, how powerful he is, and then you introduce Metal Sonic as, yeah, now the stakes are getting high. I like that idea. I don't know what they're doing. Clearly, they want Sonic to do well so they can make movie after movie. But if they can do that and they ratchet up with Metal Sonic being an antagonist for a future movie, that would be great. But in this, basically stalking this whole small town named Green Hill, and there are some Easter eggs. They got the hilt table that Sonic uses, and obviously the town is named Green Hills. I'm sure there's someone who can give you every last reference, but I thought that was cute that they did that. I guess because they want to show you that Sonic is lonely for having to have to leave his home planet. So he's just like emo for a good portion of the movie. And it's like, oh man, y'all really gonna do this to my man Sonic? And they get to a baseball scene where Sonic is pretty much acting like all of the outfielders and basemen, and he knocks a ball out, basically runs all the bases, but he gets so caught up in that he runs super fast, and it's so fast that it creates what's like a very strong EMP that knocks out the electricity across the good part of the United States, because I forget where Green Hills, what state it's located in, but it's like, we'll just, for the purposes of this, we'll call it Oregon. You can kill me in the comments. But we'll call it Oregon. And he blows out that whole side of the country with a power outage. So as in response to this, the government decides to send Dr. Robotnik to find Sonic. They say it as if they don't have any choice in the matter. And I'm like, Dr. Robotnik works for the government. It's not the strangest idea, but it's just like, this is the guy you're gonna rely on? We're not gonna show you try a different method first. Like, well, you have to use Robotnik. Okay, I guess I'm rolling with this. Robotnik in this universe is weird because he's slimmed. He's still a crazed scientist, but he's more like a Mandark from Dexter's Laboratory, if I can make that reference. He's more that than the maniacal doctor. I'm not sure how I feel about that. But Sonic besses him, and it's basically you go from running away from your planet because you done goofed because you want to be a delinquent, to being emo because you're in this new place and you don't have anyone, to now we're gonna just have Robotnik chase you around for a good part of the movie. It gets to a point where the main human protagonist, Tom Wachowski, I believe he's played by James Marsden, he decides to do some investigating. He was supposed to go to San Francisco because he got promoted to be a cop. He didn't want to be in a small town anymore. And Sonic is on the run from Robotnik. Those two run into each other, and Tom decides to help Sonic get away from Robotnik. And I gotta say, it was pretty satisfying seeing someone slug out Robotnik. I like that a lot. But it just feels weird because Sonic is able to take care of Robotnik by himself. So I don't understand why he needs human help. But you know what? I'm here for it. I want to see Robotnik get snuffed a lot more, and they do give it to me one more time. Eventually, I don't want to say it like everything that happens, but Sonic wants to do a bucket list for some reason. It's a thing for him. Oh, there's a chili dog reference. They figured out how to throw that in. He has gas, and he says, oh, he might have gotten it from eating a chili dog. It would have been cool to actually see him eat the chili dog, but whatever. There's a lot of slapstick Space Jam comedy in here, because obviously Sonic is a CGI'd character interacting with the main character, Tom Wachowski. So it's like, okay. I guess it would be more like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's about Sonic running away from Robotnik. I want to say I like the movie, but I also noticed the problem, so it's like, alright. Let me turn my brain off and not try to sing this movie. But the climax of everything, oh, I'm skipping. Before we get to the climax, Sonic has an altercation with Tom because they meet up inside his garage, and for some reason he has a tranquilizer gun. I guess this was needed to nerf Sonic so Tom could help him. Tom shoots Sonic with the tranquilizer gun, and Sonic is like, yo, you're forced to help me, B. You shot me, and you made me use one of my warp rings to lose my bag of rings, so you gotta help me. And help him he does. Eventually they get to San Francisco, they get on top of this building. Sonic gets his rings back, but Robotnik finally tracks him down and corners them, and Sonic is forced to not only send Tom and his interracial girlfriend back to Green Hills. I completely skipped over that. Apparently they decided to have the protagonist be a white guy and have his significant other, or let's just say wife, be a black woman, and I want to say it feels forced. I don't necessarily care, but I'm just like, things should have a purpose within the story, and I'm not sure how I feel about like the female character, Tika Sumpter, and it seemed like almost every scene involved with her in the movie was like forced in a way. You tried to make the connection by her being a veterinarian, and while she was like learning everything, Tom held her down, but I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't have a problem with the relationship, it just feels like it was forced in, but I digress. Sonic has to push Tom and his wife off the building they were on, warp them back to Green Hills, and then like fight with Robotnik in a final showdown. What happens is Tom gets the drop on Robotnik and punches him again, and I think it was either Sonic or Tom, they think about, yeah, if it was Tom. It's weird because Sonic talks about the mushroom planet he has to go to because he got found out on Earth, and I don't remember them showing a scene where Tom is being described what the planet looks like, but Tom is able to visualize the mushroom planet, throws the ring, and as Sonic fights Robotnik, he's in a flying vehicle, and he traditionally like spin attacks it and knocks it into the warp ring. He gets sent to the mushroom planet that Sonic was gonna run away to, and Sonic resolves to not run anymore but defend his friends, which I like. But it just feels weird how Tom was the person who activated the ring and not Sonic. If anything, I felt like it would have made more sense if Sonic would have activated the ring and like threw it. But instead, I guess so Robotnik doesn't see what happens, Tom does it instead. It feels weird, but okay. So Sonic knocks him to the mushroom planet, and they decide to end the movie with Robotnik breaking the fourth wall, saying that he is so intelligent that he'll be back before Christmas, which tells me that he's gonna be back before Christmas. There's gonna be another movie before Christmas or on Christmas. Like, they've already greenlit this. They probably already shot footage for this sequel movie, and it'll be out before the end of the year. It feels weird that they decided to say that. But in order to bring it home even further, there's a post-credit scene. Actually, it's not even post-credit because you don't have to wait for all the credits to roll to see it. They showed Tails using a warp ring coming out to Earth looking for Sonic. And apparently, things have gone awry on Mobius or whatever they don't say what planet it is that Sonic originally came from. I'm just gonna say it's Mobius because it looks like Mobius. It looks like literal Green Hill Zone, at least the bit that they shown us. And I don't know how to feel about Tails being in the movie. You already sequel baited me with Robotnik saying he'll be back. Why are you? It's like you're building hype for this movie. Like, they were really banking on this one doing well. It's like, oh, Sonic will return because Tails is looking for him. I don't know, man. I guess that's what they want to do with it. So basically between Robotnik saying he'll be back by Christmas and Tails popping out and looking for Sonic, they already confirmed to me that there's going to be a second movie. And it makes sense because in Sonic 2, that was the first introduction of Tails. So it makes sense for the sequel to have Tails there. Which, if they're going to do that, that means either they got to have a third movie being Knuckles, having some form of involvement in it, or maybe that'll be the Metal Sonic movie. I don't know. Or maybe Metal Sonic would be, well, no, it wouldn't make sense for it. Metal Sonic should be a third or a fourth movie. The second movie would be like Robotnik's revenge kind of thing. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with this. Because at the end of this movie, I feel how I felt at the end of Detective Pikachu. Like, this is like a good setup movie for a universe. Like, you've world builded, things make sense how you're doing this. You establish rules. But now I want you to go in. If you're gonna do this, you need to go in. But I don't know. It feels like they played it safe. They pushed it enough so it would make sense, but at the end of the movie they show Robotnik becoming more and more like his video game self with the bald head and enlarged belly and increased size of the mustache. Like, they're making things make sense, but I'm worried that the next movie may not go ham as like I want it to. But I think the movie was good enough. I think people should go see it. And if I were to rate the movie, I would give it a 8 out of 10. It doesn't do everything you would expect out of a Sonic movie, at least for me, but it pulled off its plot. It was good. It wasn't terrible. I was expecting it to be really horrible, like, and a waste of money and time, but it wasn't. I wanted them to do a retelling of the games, and I know that's not going to be the easiest thing to do, but what they gave us was not bad. It was a very good first attempt, especially given how most video game movies are trash. So I'm here for it. I want this Sonic trilogy, or however long they want to go for it, because you know they're gonna try to do a trilogy. But however many movies they do this for, I want it to do well. So this was a good first outing. I hope that this means we'll have a bright future of good Sonic movies. And saying bright future just made me think of Sonic CD. I hope they don't introduce time travel into this. You don't need to. You're already doing dimension travel, or like basically teleportation. Like, you're already on thin ice. Just stick with time moving forward. let's not go backwards or increase the speed of how further we go. Even though it would make sense for Sonic because he can move fast. But I'm going on a tangent. That's all I got. Let me know in the comments how you felt about the movie. Do you want to see it? Are you still like not convinced? I think people should see it, but let me know what y'all think, and like, comment, subscribe. Alright, I'm head out.